kind of want to give you a little idea of how to do some standard things in C++. There are standard approaches to solving a problem, and they're all over the internet. I haven't seen this one too many places, but one of the things we have you do in assignment 3 for the spring term, spring 2016, is to do the calendar project. And in that calendar project, you have to take a word and you have to center it over a certain number of spaces. Well, how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. Well, let's go ahead and let's put in our program, IOStream, and again, we're going to include the string library too, because it's very handy. And for just giggles and grins, we'll include the IOmanip using namespace standard and main void and return 0. Okay, there's our basic program right there, mine's hello world. Well, let's go ahead and declare a string, and we're going to call it string word. Okay, we're not going to initialize it, and I don't initialize it because I don't know how big it's going to be or what I want to put in there. I'm going to read it in, and let's say that this program, I'm going to put these comments in there. Okay, I want to center a word over, let's say, 26 characters. No, let's make it a little bit better. Let's make it that 40 characters. That's just good. All right, 40 characters. So I want to center something over 40 characters. How do I do it? All right. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cout. I'm going to say enter in a word, just a single word. That's all I want. Okay. And then we're going to read in that, and we're going to put it into Word. Now, if you've watched our previous video on strings, you'll know that this is going to read until it sees a whole word, and it's going to ignore the spaces, or it's going to use the spaces to separate the words. And now what we want to do is we want to print this out over 40 spaces. Well, to show you this is going to work, I'm going to print out, cout, 40 spaces, and I'm going to do that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I'll put a capital letter X. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so there's 20 spaces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center the output over top that. Well, how do I do it? Well, here's the dilemma. Not the dilemma, but here's the problem. We approach the problem like this. You'll notice that I want the middle of the word above to come over approximately as X. It's going to be approximate. It could be shifted left or in the center, depending on if it's an even or odd number of letters. But the very first thing I have to do is I have to find out the length of the word. Well, how I do that? Well, when I read it in, I can find that out. I can say length is equal to, okay, word dot length, and what that will do is that will tell me how long the word is. Okay, and if it's WORD, for instance, it will return the number 4. Okay, so I know how long it is. Okay, I know how many spaces, okay, I need in front of it now, because what I can do is I can say, well, it's 4 words. There are 40 spaces I want to print out on. So what I do here is I say length. I'll recalculate it. Length is equal to, okay, 40. I'm going to hard code 40 minus length. All right, minus length. Now I want to find out how many spaces to the left or right of that is needed. Okay, to do that, what this 40 minus length is going to do is it's going to tell me how many spaces are going to be on either side of the word itself. So if there are 4 characters in the word, that means there's going to be 26 spaces total, and on the left there are 13, which is divide by 2. Okay, divide by 2. Okay, now that's how many spaces are on the left hand side. Now what I want to do is I want to say, okay, what's the last character that my word is going to end up in? Well, if there are 13 spaces before it, I just add the link back, and there I have it. And what I do now is I say cout set with, okay, length, okay, word, whoops, indel. Alright, let's save this, see if we got any errors. Now I haven't tested this out on this particular program. Let's see if my logic is correct, and let's see if I have to do any corrections. Let's build it. We'll build solution. So far, it looks pretty good. Taking a long time. That's a good sign. Okay, now let's debug it. Let's see what it looks out. Let's see if we have to make any corrections. Okay, enter in a word. Very long word. And boom, there it is. Centered over that. Pretty close, pretty close. Alright, looks pretty neat, doesn't it? Okay, well that's how you do center things over items. Again, let's go over the theory of this. Let's go over the theory again. What I did was, here's the length, and let me go ahead and put something out there. Let me just show you that. Let me show you this. I'll just put a comment there. Okay, and let's say that yellow. Okay, want a yellow right there. Let's look at it. So yellow is 6 characters. Okay, and that's kind of probably a pretty good number. Okay, and what I've got is I've got a number of spaces before it. I've got a number of spaces after it. Okay, how many spaces are on the left and right is a factor of 40 minus the length of yellow. So in this particular case, it would be 6. There would be 34 spaces on the left or right. We take that and we divide it by 2, which tells us how many spaces are going to be on the left side of it. And we add that back to the left, and what we have here is right where my cursor is sitting is where we want to set the width at, which is the number of spaces before plus the width of the word. And this is one way to do it. There is another way to do it, and the other way to do it is to just take the value 40 minus length divided by 2 and put it in a for loop to print out that many spaces and then print out the word. Both of these work exactly the same way, and they'll produce the exact same results. So that's how you center a word over the center a word over an area of spaces. I hope this helps you out on assignment number 2. Good luck, and on to the next video. We're actually going to do a walkthrough of assignment 2 of how to test it.